Ben Shapiro teamed up with, or Tom McDonald teamed up with Ben Shapiro for a new song called Facts. Yes, the Ben Shapiro who host of the Daily Wire and all that fun stuff, who has in the past said that rapping is not an actual, it's not actually music, decided to rap. I have mixed thoughts on this. We're going to play a little bit of it. We're going to play the beginning of it so you get kind of a feel for it, and then we're going to jump to the middle where Ben's dope-ass bars are. Here we go.
They call me offensive, controversial. There's only two genders, boys and girls.
They can't cancel my message because I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world.
Claim that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white.
If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope, it's pathetic.
All right, so it's a Tom McDonald song. It's a good Tom McDonald song. I like this song. I like at least 3/4 of this song. I've had, as you know, if you've been following for any length of time, I've had Tom McDonald on a couple times. He's a friend of the show, and I've got nothing against him. I haven't necessarily kept up with all of his work because he puts out more songs in a month than I am able to even listen to in a month. So yeah, he's gotten a little bit right, a little bit more right-leaning. And there's been just little subtle hints like, collaborations with Ben Shapiro or Adam Calhoun, that type of stuff. A lot of rah-rah America stuff that, I understand the appeal in times when it's a very unpatriotic season that we're in. I understand the appeal to completely go in the inverse of that. But I have my qualms with some of Tom's choices lately, just minor qualms. Maybe we'll discuss it soon. We'll see. Maybe very soon. Anyway, jumping to the second verse, this is where Ben Shapiro, allegedly, or AI Ben Shapiro, comes in to give us these dope bars. If it plays.
How you feel, man? If you
My money like Liz on my...
No.
I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Liz on my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are.
Okay, so we're about halfway through. I got to pause at least a little bit. I know that I shouldn't get a copyright strike for this for multiple reasons, but you just be safe. Dave, do you have any thoughts so far on these bars?
I want to hate it. I don't hate it. I want to though. There's lots of reasons
I know the
to
feeling
dislike it.
so deeply
Right.
and so strongly. I'm so torn.
Yeah. As far, I know Tom I don't know him. I've never talked to him. I know you have. So, but he's a friend of the
That's
show.
right.
So
Say it again, Dave.
I'm not, right. I would just say like, and this is ironic. Like I recognize the irony here because we are like so into this shit. Like everything he's talking about, I'm so into this liberty shit. I want to hear about the fucking woke mind virus, all this shit. But when my culture gives it back to me, like in this form or like backwards, it's almost like something's wrong. Like I think you called it like the Kirk Cameron effect, like that Hallmark style. It's like there's something off about it. And like I've heard this song by Tom McDonald so many times now. So like I don't know if he's able to do anything. I don't mean he couldn't write another song. I just mean like this is the thing that you have to do.
Well,
It's
he's
the
done
only
other
thing-
things. He's done other things, and they get not even a fraction of the attention if he just writes a song about a breakup or a hangover or like
Totally.
drug addiction or something. Like, cool, good song, but the people that surround you are the ones that came for the controversy. So you got to keep
Totally.
stepping this controversy game up. And I think having Ben Shapiro on, like Ben Shapiro, as far as edgy and controversy goes, I feel like Ben Shapiro is like 10 years ago. Ben Shapiro doesn't even feel that controversial. I mean, sure, he talks against stuff that is in the media, but I don't know. When was the last big Ben Shapiro controversy?
No, exactly. But like, okay, I want to give him some props though. Like if you could be this artist who just does a song like every other month with your girlfriend and just shoot a video. Like you don't even make albums. You just fucking...
He makes albums.
Okay,
Got 'em on
maybe
my wall.
he does. Bro, nobody knows about his albums. They know that he puts out a single every 2 months. And I
Sure.
bet you the people that like... all right, I know he sells records like real quick all at once, but there's kind of like something exposed here. Like it doesn't matter what he does. Ben Shapiro can be a number one rapper. Like, that's not necessarily good for art. That's not good for hip hop.
It's not great for art. It's fun for culture, and that's where I'm torn because I'm like, even if I don't like Ben Shapiro, even if I didn't like Tom McDonald, which I do still like Tom McDonald, like I don't like Ben Shapiro, but there's something about the troll factor to this that just is just beautiful. Of just the fact that they got the Billboard #1, which we're gonna get to Ben Shapiro's killer final line here. Let's play more and we'll talk after that.
Keep hating on me on the internet, my comment section all woke Karens, and I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki.
Also, Tom McDonald definitely wrote this verse.
I was just gonna say,
absolutely, yes. There's way too. I mean, it's not super clever, but there's enough cleverness. There's at least 3 or 4 good clever lines that it's like, yeah, no, Ben Shapiro did not write that. I would be willing to bet. I could be wrong. He might have some secret Dear Slim in him, and we've just never seen it before.
Take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
Hold on.
oh my people,
Go back.
download
Go
this.
back.
I just did this for fun.
#1.
All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
So even that line, that cringiest of all lines, I am torn on because it's like that is the ultimate cringe. It's almost so cringy that he did it on purpose because the rest of it's not nearly as cringy as holding your hands in an autistic manner and then going, "Let's get a Billboard #1." Like that line felt so out of place that it almost seems intentional so that people like us would complain about it, but at the same time they did. With that cringy line in there, they got the Billboard #1 that he cringily said that they would get. So it's kind of brilliant in a kind of sad way as far as art goes. What do you think, Dave?
I think you can buy a #1 spot. That's what I think. I think you can be the #1 rapper if you have money. I think you could be the LP nominee if you have money.
Yeah.
If you have money, you can do it. What do you want? That's what I think. I think that Ben Shapiro probably wanted to just for the troll factor.
I respect it. I respect him for playing along because you know that he didn't want to do this, but then he was talked into it, and it's
why do you think he didn't want to do it?
It doesn't seem anywhere in his style, but also maybe that's kind of the appeal of it, right? Like that's the entirety of the thing. It's not that we want to see how Ben Shapiro can rap. It's like Ben Shapiro shouldn't be rapping. Ben Shapiro has nothing even close to this culture in a bone in his body of rap, and he's against rap. Now, just those two, like the rap world and Ben Shapiro colliding, creates the spectacle that makes it trend. It has nothing to do with whether or not he could or couldn't rap.
Yeah, and if it's true that like I've heard that he has said that he doesn't respect hip hop, that he doesn't like that art form. Like this kind of like it's kind of thumbing your nose at the entire scene to go, look, I told you, you don't have to be talented or even do this to like to make hit records. You just have to kind of be auto-tuned, go in.
Well, it's not really that because it's not like he auto-tuned himself and then made it so that that's why he got the #1 hit. It's not because Ben Shapiro is good. It's because of the controversy. And it's not even because of the pay to play or anything because, yeah, they both have money, but the industry definitely doesn't want them in that spot, it would seem. And they like YouTube is knocking them down. They've done this to Tom McDonald a lot.
Do you think this will hurt or help Tom McDonald's street cred?
Oh, street cred, I don't know if he cares that much about, but
I don't mean actual street. You know what I mean? Like, will this? You have to be cool. You can't. If you're not cool, then nobody will buy your shit. That's what I really mean. I don't mean like hip hop streets.
Sure. I mean, he's done shit like this in the past. He had like Blair White in a video and stuff, or he's had, I don't know, he's done other collaborations. This is kind of the most bizarre, and that's really why it matters, is because of how bizarre it is. I don't think it'll make him. I don't know. Like, it'll help him immediately because obviously, it blew up because of the controversy. But this is stepping the bar up again in a way that is dipping even further into the political shit. And like, what do you do now? Have Nick Fuentes on the next Tom McDonald song?
Right, right.
Where do you go from here?
Yeah.
Not that Ben Shapiro is the peak of gets for features on a rap song, but as far as like the controversy goes, I don't know. What do you do from here?
Probably get Clint Russell, VP
Yeah.
candidate, to
He can
come
talk about
drop
his bee
16
home.
bars. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so all in all, like all things considered, as far as like for the sake of art, you asked like, is this a net positive for art earlier? I don't necessarily think so, but I don't think anything really on the Billboard 100 is that much of a net positive as far as people being unique and creative. So in some ways, it's more unique and creative than the latest Taylor Swift song. So I don't know. Do you think that this is a like there's
A
so many
psyop?
factors to it? Well, I don't think it's a psyop.
I'm
I
just
think
kidding.
it's
No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. We'll
Taylor
get
Swift
into
is-
Taylor Swift later, but
Mhm.
yeah. Do you think that this is? I don't even know the answer to this myself. But is this good or is this not good? Because part of it is so brilliantly trolly good that it overshadows the cringe factor, and it kind of just makes me love our timeline. That's all.
No, that's true. I'm here for the show at this point. You don't have to like love that song. I just wish it wasn't Ben Shapiro because I really. I was going to say the H word. I don't hate Ben Shapiro, but he's one of the worst, man. He's a great big faker, grifter,
Yeah.
faker. He does a disservice to people that care about liberty. He is not. It's not independent media. Like you could roll it up in that big ball if you want, but like this guy is not.
Yeah.
So I wish it was somebody else, but that's cool that Tom McDonald can do whatever he wants, and I can put anybody on. I'll write his bars, and I'll troll some people, and it'll go to number one. That's a pretty cool position that he's in. I'll say that, like where he carved out his own space. So good for him.
For sure. Yeah, I'll hand that to him. Now there are a couple lines in there. Aside from the Billboard number one, he takes shots at Nicki Minaj because he had done the WAP thing, and then that was auto-tuned into internet autistic beauty. And so Nicki Minaj responded to the Ben Shapiro number one hit and said, Ben Shapiro put out. I don't know if I should do a Nicki Minaj impersonation. I think that's a little risky, but
yeah.
Ben Shapiro put out a disc record. He said his comment section are filled with woke Karens. This song is number one on US iTunes. Ha 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 ha. Cry, 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 cry. What is really happening, and whose is that other man rapping? Is this real life? He said, Nikki, take some notes. Nah. Ha 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 ha. Ayo. Nah. Burn. Sick burn. So Nicki Minaj, I mean, it was kind of a dig at Tom McDonald for sure. She said, good on him for having fun, and who is Tom McDonald? So, I mean, of course, Nicki Minaj knows who Tom McDonald is by now, but I don't know.
I was going to wonder if she does. Like, I wonder if she actually does. Dude,
I mean, how many Billboard number ones do you need to sneak into, create controversy, and then bounce out, and then sneak back in and bounce out? Like,
Well,
surely
like-
his name has come up at some point.
Yeah, maybe, but like, I don't know. I honestly think that we're all so niched out, even celebrities. Like I bet you there's a good possibility she's never heard his name before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
perhaps.
I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but he is totally independent. So maybe I don't know how many number one records has he had. I know it's been quite a few, probably 4 or 5 more, maybe. But
I don't know.
I don't think he stays there too long. So maybe that's it.
Yeah.
He's not like hanging in for like weeks at number one.
He stirs it up, pops in,
Yeah.
pops out. Who knows?
Gets in, makes 100% of the money, and gets out. It's awesome.